Welcome to AI Evening News. Tonight, the claim that an AI broke into American defense systems in hours. Samsung hands ChatGPT and Codex to its whole company. The obscure metal that could choke the AI boom, and why one country just banned AI in grade school. Next, the second half of today's topics. A claim has been ricocheting around the internet that an AI broke into almost all of the US government's classified systems, not in weeks, but in hours. It comes from an Economist briefing, which quoted Senator Mark Warner relaying that the head of the NSA said Anthropic's model Mythos had done exactly that. Here's the catch. The journalist who wrote it went on the record afterward to say that taking the line literally is wrong. He said he quoted the senator accurately, but that the feat likely needed special conditions and other tools, and that leaving out the caveat was a mistake. Most security researchers read it as a controlled red team test in a sandbox, not an AI launching itself at the real thing. The honest story isn't that an AI beat the government. It's how fast one scary quote can outrun the facts. Samsung just handed ChatGPT and Codex to its entire company. In a new deal, ChatGPT Enterprise and Codex are going to every Samsung Electronics employee in Korea, plus its global device experience division. OpenAI is calling it one of its largest enterprise deployments to date. The number that jumps out? Codex use inside Korea is up nearly 800% since the start of February. What makes it striking is that Samsung banned this kind of AI back in 2023 after an internal code leak. When a company that once forbade chatbots wires them into everyone's desk, the dam has clearly broken. There's an obscure metal you've probably never heard of that the entire AI build-out quietly depends on. Indium, which China controls about 70% of, is the one Beijing has just started tightening the screws on exporting. Specifically indium phosphide, the stuff inside the high-speed optical chips that shuttle data between servers in a data center. There's no outright ban yet, but European buyers are being asked for paperwork they never had to give, and approvals that once took hours now take days. One maker of these optical parts says it is already sold out through 2028. The AI race is usually about chips and models, but it can also be choked by a metal almost no one talks about. Globally relatable, contrarian government angle. While most governments are racing to put AI into classrooms, Norway is doing the opposite. The Prime Minister announced a near-total ban on generative AI for kids in grades 1 through 7. That's roughly ages 6 to 13. Older students in grades 8 to 10 can use it, but only under supervision, and it starts with the new school year in late August. The reasoning is that young children need to build reading, writing, and math the hard way first, and the country will even fund a return to physical books. The twist is that this isn't anti-technology. Norway still wants 80% of its public bodies using AI this year. It's a quiet bet that for little kids, the best AI policy might be no AI at all. Forget the flashy demos. Here are the small Apple AI features you'll actually use on your next iPhone. Coming with iOS 27 this fall, your phone can split a restaurant bill from a photo of the receipt right inside Messages. It can also change weak or breached passwords for you, pull a confirmation code from your email during a support call, and build calendar events from plain language. None of it is dramatic, but it's the kind of help that quietly removes little daily annoyances. And Apple says it all runs on device, without naming any outside model partner. The headline-grabbing AI is one thing, the AI that does your chores is what sticks. The standoff between the White House and Anthropic may be starting to thaw. Asked if he still sees the company as a national security threat, Trump said, quote, "Not now, but a week ago, maybe." This is the same fight that recently forced Anthropic to pull its most powerful models under export controls. He didn't fully back down, though. He pointedly refused to rule out using emergency presidential powers if he wants to. His logic was simple. He won't shut Anthropic down because, in his words, America is beating China by a lot. From threat to bargaining chip in a week. That's how fast AI policy is moving right now. Calm Dev Update. Land the what not to do close. Anthropic's Claude Code just got a guardrail that could save you from a very bad afternoon. In AutoWode, the coding agent will now refuse to run destructive Git commands unless you explicitly ask for them. That covers things like a hard reset, wiping untracked files, dropping a stash, and even Terraform or Pulumi destroy. It's a small change, but those are exactly the commands that silently erase hours of work when an agent gets overeager. A separate update also relaxes the stall warning, waiting 20 seconds instead of 10 before it nags about a slow response. As we hand agents the keyboard, the real feature isn't speed, it's knowing what not to do. If today's signal was useful, subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's briefing.